Happy New Year 2026. I just walked out of I
Yay!
just walked out of a cave. Did anything interesting happen this year?
No, nothing at all happened. Everything is just business as usual.
Awesome. So, two presidents definitely didn't have sex with each other. It's
No, a president and vice president did that last year, but this year, nothing out of the ordinary happened. Nothing's going on. There is no war in Wilmore, Minnesota.
no, and there's certainly not room in your life for war against good music. Happy New Year 2026. I forgot where I sometimes I start talking and I think I'm going to go somewhere and then I just doesn't. What can I
Yeah, I get that. That happens to me all the time.
What can I say? I like to shoot from the hip.
Fair. That's what they do in Texas.
Yeah. Anyway,
Uh,
anyway, albums. There was a lot of music that came out in 2025. I wish I listened to more of it, but as it happens,
I do too.
yeah, and I think everybody does, or I would think most people who are interested in music would want to say that they did that. But we listened to enough music to say that we have three albums from this year that we thought were really special, and we're just gonna take a little time to go over them and just share a few thoughts, maybe shout them out.
Yeah, yeah. Hi everyone. Welcome to the Foxx and Mageclick podcast. By the way,
Oh fuck, we didn't do that part. My name is the Fox.
my name is the Mage.
It's on my birth
This
certificate.
is gonna be a different. Yeah, yeah. We were just talking about that.
Yep. And anyway,
Yeah, we're gonna do something different this time around. Like, this is not gonna be a standard. It's not the standard. We listened to this album twice and took notes type of episode. We're just talking general thoughts on these on six albums. Three of which we recommended three each. We just decided this would be a bit more free form, and we're allowing ourselves more tangents. Talk about whether 2020, mainly 2025 related stuff, but also apparently 2026.
yeah, you thought we got off topic before. You have not begun to see anything.
Welcome to peak autism hours.
I did negative preparation for this episode. I am so ready.
You say my all my listens were retroactively canceled out.
Uh,
Specifically, what we listened to, what I brought to the table, I brought Grismask, Moisturize / Exterminate, Lambrini Girls, Who Let the Dogs Out, and Hesse Kassel's Brea.
and the records I brought to the table were Guerilla Toss's You're Weird Now, Aesop Rock's Black Hole Superette, and Worthikids' 13 Jokers.
All six are truly the albums of all time.
In so many different ways are they the albums of all times.
Yeah.
For example, Mage's
Yeah,
albums, her albums are all different. Meanwhile, my albums are pretty much the same.
I don't know.
So
I
different.
feel like a lot of mine are. I feel like all three of mine are kind of rooted in punk in some sort of way.
Yeah, they've got like that heavy punk influence for sure, but I just think it's funny that two of my albums are literally like bloopy, and then one of them is Aesop Rock, who, not exactly his most serious album.
Yeah, this has the funny snail song.
Yeah, it's such a funny Snail song. I love that song.
Oh, also, because of the rambling nature of this episode, we're not necessarily talking about every song or any of these albums in any specific order.
Yeah. Although, having said that, I want to start with Black Hole Superette since we got the Snail song started.
Yeah, I might as well. Might as well.
I love that. Fucking. There are so many songs on. Well, it's nice to see like Aesop Rock back to having fun again. Not that this album is without its more serious or introspective moments, but there are so many songs on here that, like, the first time you listen are such a delight. John Something is a big one.
Oh, I love John something. Yeah, John. That was one of my favorites.
And he's so good at telling stories. Like, he really did
Yeah,
get the feeling of this being like this bored kid who just suddenly got exposed to some cool ass shit by an even more bored
yeah. It's
man.
like, yeah, it's. I do love his storytelling songs a lot. Like, no regrets off of Labor Days is one of my favorite songs from him.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. He really
Yeah.
knows how to craft a narrative and kind of make some good rhymes while doing it.
Yeah, it is interesting we chose Aesop Rock for specifically an episode with this structure, but also I guess it makes sense because I feel like if we took the time to try to dig into him, we'd be doing this for even longer than we're going to do this episode.
Oh God, yes. The hip hop. I mean, as much as I love hip hop, I'm always hesitant to suggest hip hop albums because, talking about the lyricism, it just takes up so much time. I know there's like a way to discuss it with brevity, but I'm not good enough at this yet to do that. So,
Same. Also, maybe one of these days we'll talk about a non-white rapper for once.
yeah, we gotta work on that. I promise. We'll do. Hey,
Maybe yeah.
Super Bowl episode. If Buffalo ends up going to the Super Bowl, Conway the Machine album. Ooh,
Sure, why not?
we're teasing it. We're teasing it for the potential Super Bowl episode. Something just fell and
I-
hit my desk.
I don't pay attention to sports, so I'm relying entirely on Fox to keep me updated on this.
It's not sports. It's the NFL. It's like a soap opera
Oh yeah,
where all
football,
the stars are
look,
fat Texans like me.
sports are just soap operas for men.
Yeah. All right. I thought South Park told us that the WWE was regular opera for men.
That too.
So the soap operas would probably be like Revolution Wrestling.
Sure, I don't know. I don't know what that is.
It's one of those like S tier or no, not S tier. Fuck me, C tier wrestling organizations. They tour small church
see.
houses.
You can tell I don't watch sports, even fake sports. Well, not fake. Well, they are even. You can tell I don't watch theater. I'll say.
I like Bird School because it's about birds.
Yeah. Aesop Rock's Black Hole Superette, like any Aesop Rock album, or most hip hop albums in general, is definitely one that it's hard to talk about in just one listen. But like, this is probably one of the easier ones to dive into, I'd say,
Yeah,
in the grand scheme of Aesop Rock.
Oh, absolutely. It's his. I think it's his most accessible album since. Before the Impossible Kid. I feel like an Impossible Kid. People say that's his best album, and like I guess, but it's also dreary in a way that like I think newcomers to him might not fully get.
Probably his most accessible since None Shall Pass, I'll say.
Good one. Also, I love Hani El Khatib. I've liked him for a while now. I think it's pretty cool that him and Aesop collaborated on this, and also one of the better tracks on his last album, Integrated Technical Solutions.
I need to listen to that. There's still a few I need to get to, right, in his discography.
Tech Solutions is interesting. It is a little like honestly, I think every Aesop album between like the Impossible Kid and this one has had a kind of similar issue of the production just being very dreary, basic, and then the hooks being a little they're just not catchy. Integrated Tech Solutions, it's a little bit more cyberpunk in theme. Or like, Aesop Rock's version of cyberpunk, not clippings. But So that adds a lot of personality to it. But then that's why I fuck with Black Hole Superette so much. There are like catchy hooks, like on movie night.
Oh yeah, movie night.
He's 5 dogs in one. I mean, what more can I be said?
I also remember really loving Himalayan Yak Chew.
I mean, that's the song with that name. It's like the best thing you have. And then even like I Sold Here, but that's like a very basic song. It's just like but I love that weirdly like supermarket beat to it. And then it's just like a fun little interlude almost of a track. Even like the less even the smaller moments on this one are enjoyable.
Oh yeah, like it's a very fun time, and it's nice to hear him having fun.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, he apparently released another album last year.
I have yet to listen to that, but believe me, I will.
I heard it's a mess there too, and it's much shorter than this one.
Yeah, is it like an album or an EP?
It's an album. It's 41 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just... Yeah, I guess he must have just had a lot of material in the tank, which he usually does.
Man stays busy. And I say,
Yeah.
I heard it's a mess here too. Dear Traveler, Turning Knobs. Oh, dang, it is just, doesn't look like it's a soundtrack thing or anything. It's just him doing some shit.
Yeah, I might listen to a track or two off of that, but like his other albums I'm going to get to first.
Fair. Very fair.
Yeah. So, you know what's really funny?
What's really funny?
A few weeks after we covered Grismask's debut album, they just released another one.
Yeah. That was some, like, chef's kiss timing, man. My God.
Yeah. It's like they heard us and said, oh shit, we gotta do another one. They didn't do it because of us, but that would be funny.
I mean, I like to think that somewhere across the ether, they were out there just waiting for some kind of psychic connection to their obscure little COVID project.
Yeah, who knows? Like, I mean, C-May knows we exist, so who's to say Grismask doesn't?
Ooh, ooh, ooh. One day I'll get a soundboard and do the X-Files theme the normal way. You'll see. Then you'll all see.
I'll cut it out. But yeah, so this one is definitely different in that this one seems to lean more into the rambly spoken word stuff that I like.
Yeah, and you know what? That's fun.
Yeah, and it also has Spiritual Dentist on it.
Which is, does just like make this album so much better. The other day me, Mage, and some friends of ours were playing that. I can't remember the name of the game, but it's a browser game where you enter in a song, the song plays, and then people have to guess what the song is called based on how it sounds, and then the first bits of Spiritual Dentist come up with that free jazz background, and I cracked the fuck up.
Yeah, like, this album is funny as hell.
Yeah, I mean, God, Murphy has such a great delivery to him. He can really, like, deliver some ridiculous lines with some conviction.
Yeah, like, people talking stuff you don't want to hear, like politics, dogs, and cars. What cars are used for dogs? The dogs are used for your cars. Shrimp Tank is golden.
Shrimp Tank is... Honestly, I found myself even fucking with the first track on this album, Formula One.
Formula One.
I was listening to this album at work, and I was like, oh, that instrumentation is actually like, because I feel like I don't know. Maybe I don't want to say this album made me get free jazz because I don't think my thoughts on the genre haven't changed, but I felt like I could tell the difference between free jazz that tried and free jazz that was just kind of goofy.
Yeah, I feel it feels like they found their footing on this album.
Yeah, this one, if that first album sounded like a piss take because of COVID, this one feels like they at least tried a few different takes.
Yeah, Formula One is probably is definitely one of the tighter songs on the album. Ironically enough.
Mm-hmm. Who knew?
Yeah. Also, so you know how right wingers do the LGBT joke by just adding a bunch of random letters?
Yeah.
Well, what if we start doing that with Chat GPT, like Sebastian does on Ancient Day?
Yeah. Oh, damn. I was just thinking about the guy. I'm trying to look up the lyrics to this album because I was trying to think of what album or what track that song in particular was. I did love when he was just shouting out just all the yeah. What else was he singing about on that song? That one cracked me up.
You're singing about like manosphere stuff.
Yes, that's what it was. It was about like internet validation and just being a loser.
Honestly, it's like a good reflection of our times because like he sounds confused, the music sounds confusing because the world is confusing.
Yep. And anybody who listens to Viagra Boys knows that Murphy has his passion for talking about the dysfunctional state of the world in very topical terms.
Yeah. Well, I do also want to talk about more in depth about spiritual dentists since I only brought it up a few times in passing in the Grismask episode.
Oh,
like
by all means.
So, okay, so again, shout out Lizette G for making me aware of the existence of Grismask.
Woohoo!
But yeah, so this song is just a wild fucking ride. One of the funniest songs I can think of. It's like in the span of 6 minutes, you'll just go from rambling about getting Lord of the Rings wrong. Like, you ever see the movie about some elf gonna take a sandwich across the world? Like that.
Yeah.
And then just talking about teeth. And then DMT. I don't know. Just you kind of just had to listen to it, I guess.
Yeah, honestly, like in so many, and you have to listen to it because none of these lyrics are available anywhere on the fucking internet for some reason. And then also, like, yeah, the kind of manic chaos is just a fun to listen to and appreciate. You know, this album is incredibly inaccessible. If you do listen to it, there may be a good chance you never listen to it a second time. But man, let this not be said that they didn't create something very unique and fun on this one.
Don't forget the best song on the album, The End. Absolute cinema.
Absolutely cinema. Hang on. What's it?
Yeah, the part with where they got the big band and all the clattering, all that. It was just a fun time, wasn't it?
And it's 11.5 minutes, so you get a lot of fun.
Yeah. And don't forget when they bring the horses in.
Yeah, I mean, by that time, it's really just like, yeah, this is what Sebastian Murphy was always meant to do.
Yeah. Oh, I'm totally fucking with y'all, by the way. It's just silence. It's all silence.
Yep.
Like 11 minutes of silence with bookended by synth sounds.
And I gotta say, like, I cheated. I listened to this album more than once. Because I did listen to it when it first came out. And I remember when I did realize that the end was just absolute sounds the whole way through. I thought that was hilarious. And it still is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the funniest joke on the entire album.
Yeah, especially because there is like another 11.5 minute song that comes right before it.
Yes, the title track, one of my favorite songs of 2025.
Preach about it, sister.
Yeah, so this song has a groove,
Yeah.
a consistent groove. Like, this song goes through peaks and valleys. It's probably the most structured song on the entire album. It's still got the chaotic free jazz in the background, though, but this song seems to have a beginning and end.
Yeah. I do like the kind of drums on this one, how they're a bit I don't know, they do pound with pretty strong consistency. So like yeah, when you say it's structured, I guess in my head I've always thought of this as one of the more rocky sounding songs on the
Yeah,
album.
it feels like you took Viagra Boys and just extended it and then gave them some saxophones.
Yeah, instead of the one that they already have.
Yeah, just give them more.
More of them.
It's just go all Frank Zappa with this shit.
Let Sebastian Murphy
feel
be
like-
the new Frank Zappa.
I feel like I feel like that's what they're going for. Is Frank Zappa type stuff.
I guess yeah, I didn't like consciously think of that because I do kind of forget that Frank Zappa exists sometimes. But no, I mean absolutely, that's an influence on him.
Yeah. Like, yeah, Moisturize, Exterminate is just is one of my favorite songs of 2025. Probably my number 3 actually. I like it more than the underscore song music even.
Ooh. So what's number 1?
Rope Away by Swans.
And there you have it, Song of the Year.
Yeah, number 2 is What's Going On by Madeline May, for the record. You'll need to listen to that.
Nice. Sick.
Yeah. But yeah, Moisturize, Exterminate, I just love the creepy lyrics, the cryptic lyrics about removing your skin. Very, which I say it like that, I'm just thinking of Chap Pile.
Oh. If the skin fits.
Yeah, and then, especially the minute-long seemingly single-breath rambling tirade near the middle of the song.
A tirade, you say, on Grismask?
Shocking, I know.
Also, if I had to say, I guess my favorite songs of the year. I don't know if I'd have like a strong order for these, but I'm gonna say Salsa Verde by the Psychedelic Born Crumpets, John Fetterman by RXK Nephew, Absent Thereafter by Between the Buried and Me, and maybe I'll say Live by Earl Sweatshirt.
Interesting. I guess Between the Buried and Me did release this year, huh?
Yeah, and they're wackier than ever.
I have been told that they're way different now than they were in the 2000s.
Oh yeah, they're kind of like they're just a death metal Mr. Bungle at this point, and I fuck with that heavy.
Let's see. I feel like Grismask is just a free jazz Mr. Bungle. Like, just a Mr. Bungle.
Yeah, like Mr. Bungle would do these noises if they made more than 3 albums.
Yeah.
One of my friends really likes them, and it does make me wish that they made more music.
Yeah, don't we all? Yeah. This album is just a treat. Like, I definitely recommend it to anyone that's into free jazz and rambling.
You know, another thing this album is, it's weird. You know who else is weird? You.
Yo.
Yeah, damn, another soundboard thing I will terrorize Mage with one day. Anyway, Gorilla Toss, you're weird now. Yeah, this is probably my favorite band. I say probably because I like being non-committal. I saw them live this year for the first time, and honestly, I was kind of lukewarm on this album. And then I saw them at that show in Austin, and they played all of these songs next to all of their, post-punky stuff off of GT Ultra, all the straight-up noise nonsense like 347 Equalizer, 357 Equalizer, and yeah, it like made sense. Like the songs just made more sense, like in the context of that. So yeah, this is kind of, I guess maybe Gorilla Toss's magnum opus. Technically,
okay.
technically, I mean, my favorite is still GT Ultra, but this is like the best culmination of their sounds. It finally got Anthony Fantano like put this one and a single from this in his top 5, which I would have been really excited to hear in 2019. But no, it's 2026, and things are normal now, so I have no complaints.
Yeah, I also would have been excited to hear Anthony Fantano talk about my favorite band positively back in 2019.
Yeah.
And then we grow up.
And then he stops making good content.
Yeah, it's like I just fully jumped off ship once the Halsey review happened.
I mean, that was like, yeah, that was the culmination of like a wider, just kind of lack of quality control. I feel like, because if you like go back and like listen to a Fantano review from like just any album from like 2014, and then compare that with a review that he made last year. And like, there's just, the writing is just so much less interesting now. There's less things to draw from. He's just kind of being cookie cutter. Not to like spend this time shitting on Fantano, but I will say there is a pretty good YouTube short, and like he seems like a fine person or whatever, just a bit cringe, like in a way that's like pushing it, really pushing it. But there's a great YouTube short video of Gorilla Toss. I think one of the members is throwing a cup of water on him, and then I think Cassie steps on his foot. It's very funny.
Okay.
I'll have to find that and send it to you after we finish.
Yeah, the actual album itself, I did think it was a very fun album. It was fun in a different way from the Aesop Rock album.
Yeah, it is a bit of so yeah, it does combine like a couple, like, I guess there's always been two sides to Gorilla Toss. There's the noisy, loud, abrasive side on one end, and then there's the whimsy, psychedelic, animal collective-y side on the other. And all of their albums usually fall from one side of the spectrum to the other. Usually started off very abrasive, and then their album before this was just like an animal collective album with more samples and like a little bit more edge. So this one jerks it back into the direction of being loud and noisy, kind of going with their more punk influences, dance punk especially, and that's and collaborating with some of the guys from Pavement. That's pretty cool.
That makes sense.
Yeah, like Life's a Zoo, and I want to say Red Flag to Angry Bull both have features from. God, I'm not super into Pavement, so I really should know this, but I know that Stephen Malkmus was a producer on this one. He worked on almost every track, I believe.
That also makes sense. The Pavement influence is very clear across this album.
Yeah, like in what like I guess, how would you describe that? I guess, since I've admittedly never listened to much Pavement.
Very I'd say very slacker-ish. Like it's very laid back.
Yeah.
Like it's like imagine some of the calmer Sonic Youth songs, but like even calmer. There's like no abrasion, like little to no abrasion. But like the occasionally you'll get some weird strange freak out.
Or like a wonky horn, like the weird synth trumpets on Psychosis is just a number.
Yeah, yeah. So that's very that's basically how I describe Pavement, and that's pretty clear on this album too.
I've I remember when this band was performing Life's a Zoo. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was Life's a Zoo. They were talking about the music video because the music video is it's like animated. It's done in the style of like an SNES fighter or like a Street Fighter arcade machine. Done that, and they were talking about how expensive it was. So they were like, "You better watch it and you better appreciate it." So go watch / appreciate Life's a Zoo, featuring some guy that I can't put a name to right now because that Pavement is a blind spot for me. I'm trying to fix.
I also watched and appreciated Eddington.
Yes. Already. Oh, you finished it actually.
Yeah, I did finish it eventually. I did eventually finish it.
Oh, nice. Hard to talk about the movie, no spoilers, but it might be my favorite movie of the year just because I love how bad it makes me feel.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like I when I paused to take a nap, it was not because of the movie. It was just because I need to stop trying to watch movies on the couch. It was just I kind of stopped right before things went south.
Oh, damn. You got the second, you missed right before, or rather, you did the intermission right between acts.
Yeah, I took the intermission.
Yeah, like if one battle after another, if that movie will make you feel good, this movie will make you feel bad. And I do like how kind of like his finger on the pulse Ari Aster is with regard to the human condition.
Oh yeah, it's definitely one I gotta rewatch. Like it seems like it rewards rewatches.
Can't recommend it enough.
Like, and I watched a movie that wasn't from 2020 recently, and it's my current obsession. But I think I can find a better way to tie that into the conversation later.
Hang on, let me look at these song titles.
Oh, not on this album. I can tie it into a future album.
Are you sure? Do I? No, you're right. This album has a lot of hooks. I also like that. Red Flag to Angry Bull has been stuck in my head for about 8 months now. And I know this album is younger than that, but still.
I couldn't name individual songs standing out so much as just the whole album just felt like fun bleep loops to me.
Alright. What if I told you if you were the one, then I'd be having fun. I want to be the prize, the alien, the favorite son. If you were the one, then I'd be having fun. I want to be the prize, the alien, the favorite son.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, I do remember that now.
Yeah, mentally,
that
I picture Eric Andre singing that. You could just picture him like going buck wild to that. Yeah. Also, this band does a lot of drugs, or at least they used to. I don't know if they still do, but you can tell.
Yeah, it is a fun album that I should probably give another listen to for all the bleep loops.
And the lyrics about self-assurance, which is that, and I will say, like, most of this album's lyrics are about self-assurance, and that's what You're Weird Now is supposed to mean. It's like, hey, you're weird, I'm weird, everybody's weird. Let's get our freak on and be fun together, which, I On one level, as much as I like this album, I do kind of hate how unoriginal that is, and that a lot of Guerilla Toss songs. I mean, honestly, their last album was also about like self positivity, and it's like, yeah. But I thought this one was better than Famously Alive by a lot.
I don't know. I feel like a message like that. I feel like there's a place for that right now.
Yeah, and I think they do a good job of it. I here's the thing, because I've listened to GT Ultra, and I do kind of like this band when they're writing songs about makeup or a dog having an LSD trip while looking in a mirror. So I think maybe just because I'm that kind of fan, that's like where my head is.
Ah, I see. Yeah, I haven't. I wouldn't know. I haven't. This is the only album of theirs I've heard.
GT Ultra, by the way, that's the all-time fave. I'm locking it down.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. And so this album had fun bleep bloops, but Hesse Kassel, well that one was a lot in terms of sound.
Okay, hang on. I got one.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay, because I think of Brea, I think like the tar pits.
That's what I think too.
Not really a strong way to tie the tar pit concepts into this one. Yeah. Anyway, but like I had heard of this album, I guess, before listening to it for this episode. RYM seemed to like it a lot. It was on my to listen list, but I never got to until this moment, and I was like, wow.
Shout out Lizette G again.
Damn. Shout out Lizette G once more.
Yeah, they showed me all three of these bands, by the way.
Ooh, nice.
So yeah, so yeah, there's that was an accidental. That was a coincidence, by the way.
We will not be shouting you out a third time.
I'm probably going to. But yeah, so basically, Hesse Kassel is a Chilean post-punk, post-rock band. They basically, if you like Black Country, New Road, and Swans, you'll love this band.
Yeah. Damn, I'm a yawning bitch. Excuse me.
Honestly, between this album and a few others, I feel like it kind of just cements in my mind that Black Country, New Road is the best thing to happen to music in the 2020s.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you can tell that they kind of lit a fire under everyone's ass to like do that. Because like, do you remember when Sunglasses dropped?
No, it was like 2019, wasn't it?
It was exactly 2019. I remember exactly where I was. It was like
I don't.
It was summer.
I don't, but I remember when Black Midi dropped.
It was the summer, and honestly, I think that happened pretty. Now that happened before Sunglasses, but that was also 2019. Or at least Schlagenheim dropped in 2019. And
yeah, Schlagenheim was.
Yeah, so that was, the kind of, the beginning of like what we now call the windmill scene in hindsight. And, Sunglasses came out, and that single, it was like big, it was catchy, it was punky, it was aggressive, it had these insane lyrics and this amazing delivery. And, it's pretty interesting to see that, as far as like post-rock, or let me rephrase that, post-rock influenced music has gone. They're borrowing a lot from Black Country New Road, in particular, more than the other acts in the post-rock scene, and you can tell.
Yeah, that is something I know. It's just like, well, I guess for one, like, how do you try to sound like Black Midi?
Oh, you know what? Another album that sounded like Black Midi was And I think this band is also Chilean, Candelabro.
I have heard one song from them. I think I could hear that.
Yeah, they released an album this year called Deseo, Carne y Voluntad. And it's like a Christian-ish rock album. Prog rock, art rock, post rock. It's
Okay.
it does sound a lot like Black Country New Road, and it's like I haven't translated the lyrics, but I think it's like about Jesus from like the perspective of people around him. Is the vibe I get, like
So,
contemporary.
Christian post-punk.
Yeah,
So this is basically the Chilean post-punk equivalent of the Texas Jerusalem Crossroads by Live to Experience.
we're talking about that album one day.
We are.
Just
We
you
gotta
wait.
talk about that album. I want to listen
Just
to
you
it.
wait. Just you wait.
Yeah. But yeah, it's one of the windmill scene in general. It does feel like what the 2000s post-punk revival should have been.
I don't know if I would go that far, but I will go as far to say that the post-punk revival that we did get, I am glad it wasn't like the 2000s post-punk revival.
Yeah, it's like the 2000s post-punk revival brought us a lot of good stuff, but it wore its welcome pretty quickly.
I was just, oh god, like I was watching that video. Did you see that Spectrum Pulse, Mark released a video that's about the band Dry Cleaning.
I have not seen that.
Well, he talks about like how there used to be this term called landfill indie for like the type of slop artists who in the 2000s would just kind of borrow trends from the big scenes in indie rock without adding any of their own influences.
Oh yeah,
and-
I've heard that. I've heard that term.
And then
Like,
he-
I think Jet counts as that, right?
I'd say so. I've always thought of Jed as like more of a traditional rock band, but maybe that's just me.
I guess I just think of like any band that can be played in an old iPod commercial.
Okay, yeah. If that's a metric, then yeah, absolutely. They are landfill something. But he was talking about how that term had started to be applied to the current post-punk revival, and in particular the windmill scene, and in particular the band Dry Cleaning, which... have you ever listened to Dry Cleaning?
I have not.
Yeah, so yeah, it is like... it is post-punk by the numbers as much as possible. It's got these, the band typically has these kind of underwhelming drums. They've got these very sharp guitars. They've got these nice bass lines. But the lead singer, she has this she's literally talk singing. There's barely an attempt to get a melody going. And you know what? It's like really like if you like post-punk, you will probably like Dry Cleaning. If you don't like post-punk, it'll be the most annoying music in the world to you.
The way you described that reminded me of another band I feel applies to this, and that's Yard Act.
Yeah. Another band that was mentioned by Mark in that video.
Yeah, though Yard Act did switch to dance punk after their first album.
Yeah,
And the Trenchcoat Museum is an awesome song, though.
Yeah, I fuck with a lot of Where's My Utopia. I think Dream Job is a good song. I think Down by the Stream is a great song. I think Petroleum, Grifter's Grief. There's a lot of...
I'll probably listen to it someday. So, I just remember the Overload. I remember thinking it was neat at the time, but it kind of is just a Discount Gang of Four.
Yeah, I think the only... I've listened to Dark Days by Yard Act as far as like pre-stuff, pre-Where's My Utopia goes. I don't think I've listened to much, or no, I have listened to other songs, but I don't remember them because they were probably unmemorable. At least,
Dark Days is cool. I like Dark Days.
Dark Days is the only one I do remember because it is like, it's like simple enough to be super catchy, and then the lyrics are kind of memorable and tongue in cheek.
Yeah, basically, you're not really missing much on the Overload. Like if you've heard Gang of Four, you've heard a better version of the Overload.
Yeah, good to know. Good to know.
Yeah. As for Hesse Kassel, that I feel like I actually don't. I do not feel the term landfill indie would apply to them. They seem to have their own thing going on.
Yeah, I would say this band isn't landfill anything. I'll be brave enough to say that.
Oh yeah, like it's like there are influences, but like they're doing their own thing with them.
I'm holding for their applause for applauding me for being brave enough to say that Brea or no Hesse Kassel isn't landfill anything. Applaud me. Applaud me.
It's not picking up me mimicking the sound, but it will on Audacity.
The audio. No, the audio. Fuck me. The audience will applaud. Anyway, I'm sorry. You were saying.
Yeah. So yeah, this band has been the Swans comparisons. I actually feel take a bit to come in. Like they're not immediately apparent. I feel. Once you enter the second half of the album, they rear their heads.
Yeah, this album gets very loud when it does get loud.
Like that first song though, Postparto, that is definitely that made my rap last year.
Really?
Yeah, it is so good. Like. Ironically enough, I think my favorite part is actually that riff in the beginning, that doom 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 doom. Like it's just so simple and it sticks in your head.
Yeah, I like how the whole song is. I love that the bass line that kind of is consistent through the song, and when this vocalist does start, and it's a song, all the lyrics are in Spanish. I understood maybe 10% of what was being said because I wasn't paying attention to the lyrics as much as these cool ass post rock instrumentals. But you know what? This is a very passionate vocalist understanding the assignment, delivering these the way they should.
And even on this, they're doing the talk singing thing. Like they do that throughout the whole album. But but even though I don't understand it, and I guess it's just because I have a bias for rambling. But like, I am captivated by it. It does feel artful and passionate, like you said.
Yeah, and that is like, and I guess we haven't talked. I mean, I'm thinking about it. Have we ever talked about like a pure post-punk album on this before?
I don't think they have.
No, because I feel like I feel like I listen to a lot of post-punk, including the post-punk that like you really have to be a post-punk person to listen to, and I don't know, like in my head I'm like, because I listen to so much of that, I don't want to suggest anything, but no, I guess I haven't suggested anything at all. I thought I did once, and I was like, okay, don't go back to the well so much. But no, I overdid it. Damn.
And also this is a long ass album.
Yeah, it's like it's longer than The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, this is a 78-minute album. There's only 8 songs.
But they're some pretty good 8 songs. If you like music that sounds like if you like music that sounds like the persons who made it listened to Black Country New Road at some point.
Yeah, the 7th song, Et la Tour, that's the most Swans-like on the whole album.
Yeah, I'd say that's accurate.
It's like that, they're straight up doing the Bring the Sun riff.
I think it is. Yeah, I'm trying to picture it. I think you're right.
But like, but like it does eventually evolve, of course. So like I don't know. They actually, but like they actually come close to capturing that feeling on that of some of Swan's biggest climaxes on that song,
Yeah,
and that's a hard thing to capture.
that was an instrumental, right?
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember. I don't think there were any words in that song.
no, there weren't. There's just like some, probably a sample at most.
A sample, you say?
Yeah, but yeah, Et La Tour is probably my favorite song on the whole album. Even though Postparto is like the catchiest.
Yeah, I do like Postparto a lot because of its catchiness and its energy. I don't know. I think this ends pretty great. I like Yola Tengo a lot.
Not to be confused with the band Yola Tengo.
I do have to wonder if, like, because again, with a band that makes this, I know that's literally just a Spanish phrase that means I have it, but like one has to wonder because they make this type of music in particular, like that has to be some kind of reference.
I'd be surprised if they weren't into them.
Or yeah, I mean, at the very least, they have to know that a band called Yola Tengo exists, and that that band is well known outside of, well, honestly, most places. I've known like South Africans who are into that band.
Yeah, they're not an unpopular band.
True, very true.
Yeah, I think that one also does kind of capture the Swansea vibes. Just maybe not as much as Ella Tour, but still.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Just most of that back half in general. Mosa is also pretty big and is also pretty epic.
Yeah, like Moose is the longest one on this one too. It's like 13 minutes
Yeah,
or so.
and it starts the back half.
Which, like, there are about 5 songs on this album that are either at or near, or that are either over or around 10 minutes.
Yeah,
So,
like they spend their sweet time.
so yeah, it's got some long ones, but the atmosphere is sick, and yeah, this is some, it is good to hear kind of music that sounds like this. I guess we've been, I feel like we did most of this review talking about other bands that were clearly influences on this band, but I do see like plenty of originality in the way that they fuse these sounds, and yeah, I'm very excited to see what this band has to come.
Yeah, this band, pretty much all the members of the band are also in a side project. They're in a post-hardcore side project called, Coclea.
Well, look at that. Yep. No,
Yeah, the album is No Esperan por Nadie.
Damn. It's got my favorite type of art, photo collage art.
Yeah, that's a good album too. And if I say I like a post-hardcore album, it's a good deal.
Fair. Let that endorsement ring true for you people out in the crowd.
So yeah, and also these are both the debut albums of each respective project.
And I do look forward to
these are
good.
Yeah, these are new guys.
It really did surprise me. Like I would have bet money that Brea was just an album that I was like, oh, this band has probably done a few things, but this is the one album that's crossing through to Americans, and that's why RYM seems to like it so much. But no, it is a debut, and it sounds pretty matured. Like sometimes I'll say that an album clearly seems like a band's first album, but this one does seem pretty realized into a unique sound. And now, of course, they can evolve from here, but yeah, I was impressed by by how much this project like works as a singular unit.
Yeah, I do wonder if Chilean experimental rock fans felt about this album the way that other people did when for the first time dropped.
Yeah, that's gonna. I guess time will tell. We'll see. Maybe this band will have several people trying to pay homage to them in their wake.
Maybe like I do wonder if Chile has its own like little experimental post punk scene going on. Like, cause I know like when the 2000s garage rock revival happened, after all the New York bands started getting fame, the UK had a go at it because they ate those bands up.
Well, I mean that other band I mentioned, Candelabro, they're also from Chile, and that album about Jesus also released this year. So yeah, maybe there is like a little movement down there flourishing.
Yeah, well, I have sources. I could find out.
Sources. Bum bum.
Like firsthand, I have firsthand sources I could talk to.
Nice. Let me
But yeah,
know what they say.
I will. But that's all I have to say about La Brea. Like, I guess I intentionally chose albums that I feel would be better for this format. That would be probably better talked about in a streaming fashion instead of just trying to dissect one by one. Because I feel like it would end up basically just saying the same few things over and over.
Yeah, that one. That's a smart thing. And it makes me wish that for this format, I did not pick an album for whom each track sounds completely different to one another. But alas, that's just what Ian Worthington wanted to do when he played Balatro and decided, I'm going to make a song based on all 13 of these Jokers. And I'm going to call the album 13 Jokers.
I've never played Balatro.
Neither have I, nor do I have any immediate intentions to. But I have been a fan of Ian Worthington, also known as Worthikids, for some time now. And I always like it when he releases music just on its own, and I think as a project, this one is pretty tight.
This one had some fun sounds too. Like this was probably the bleepiest, bloopiest of the albums on here.
This one gets wacky. Oh, and also I will say, no more. We really do not need Kanye West anymore because there are some very good Chipmunk Soul instrumentals on here. This guy knows how to make a good Chipmunk Soul beat.
I mean, Kanye West hasn't even been making Chipmunk Soul well before he went into the Nazi shit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Even like his good stuff is like, oh wow, we found a replacement for that. Like even if he becomes sane again, like there are people who are doing this stuff with like a fresher interpretation.
Yeah, I guess I never thought of this as Chipmunk Soul. At least, I guess this has some shades of that.
Yeah, I mean it's not on every track, but like like the first track or songs like Hack, they have some beats to it. Like it has the same type of sample thing. Well, yeah, they just take the soul music, they pitch they shift the pitch up. Why am I fucking bad at words today? They pitch it up, and then this is why you write more notes than you did, kids. Yeah, it's Chipmunk Soul. You know what it sounds like. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Also, so for some reason, when I put this on my MP3 player, I did all the metadata right in MP3 tag, but for some reason my MP3 player just kept showing just kept messing up the order, or not the order, but it kept messing up the track listing, and that it was showing the album starting at track 9 and ending at track 8. but it was still in order.
Interesting. So
Yeah, it was weird.
starting with Card Sharp, and because like this album kind of ends. So like the last track on this album is called Baseball Card, and the thing about that one is that it samples all the rest of the songs on this album. It takes like a bit and piece from every single song and puts it all into one song, and I think it's very cute and fun. Oh, by the way,
That was probably my favorite.
This is the shortest album on the list. This thing is 13 songs, but 26 minutes.
Yeah, and the other album, the one album that's left is also under 30 minutes, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also remember having a lot of fun with Gross Michelle.
Gross Michelle is nice. I do love... Sorry. Yeah, I do love that... Yeah, this one is just like very gentle and like kind of video game soundtracky. We're not kidding when I say that every track sounds different from each other.
Yeah, it's like this is just a roulette of genres, and I like that.
And then Riff Raff comes along, and that one's basically I don't even think there are real drums on that. It's just synthesizer noises and him talking about if you need a hand or two hands, ha ha ha, bang bang. It's short. It's a lot of fun. Then that goes into a song about a bad comedian, which goes into a song about a vampire, which goes into a song about a guy who's good at playing cards, which goes into a song about a hiker, which goes into a song about going crazy, which goes into a song about a stuntman, and then that's Baseball Card.
Yeah, this album is unhinged. I like that.
Yeah. Hiker might be a song of the year. If I had to, I think I mentioned 4 songs when I said if I had to pick a 5th one, it might be Hiker. I just like how simple it is. It's forceful. It's determined, even to a fault. Do you think it's funny how committed this guy is to hiking? You know, even past the clouds, past the sky.
Yeah, he's hiking like he's in a Bennett Foddy game.
And he's so passionate about it.
I'm waiting for that Bennett Foddy concept album now.
Well, someone better at him and let him know to do something like this. Because, you know, he's 1 for 1 on video game concept albums, at least in my view.
Yeah, just have a song about the guy from Quap. Just have his whole backstory. and maybe a theme song for the guy from Baby Steps.
Where is the concept album about Spike from Ape Escape and all the trials and tribulations he had to go through to catch all them damn monkeys that use the time machine?
I would actually listen to that.
Who will create it, damn it?
Now, what we need is a 90-minute rock opera about Abe's Odyssey.
Well, I say what we need is a 2-hour rock opera about the Legend of Dragoon. That's the most obscure video game I know.
Oh, the fucking Proto Man released Act 3 earlier this year. So, anything's possible.
Yeah, I didn't... Oh, this year? Or last year, I guess?
This year, 2026.
Did not know the Proto Men were still, around. That's pretty tight.
Yeah, they released Act 3, and that's their final album.
Damn. R.I.P. to the Proto Men. They will be returned and replaced just by the regular men.
Yep. Oh yeah, I guess 13 Jokers is just the kind of album where I have more fun with the album as a whole than picking out individual songs.
I feel like that's the best way to enjoy this out, unless you really... I mean, with any album this weird, you're going to fuck with maybe at least a couple of songs. And other than those songs, which may be fun to go back to, I think this album is best just kind of going along for the ride. It's very short. It's a lot of fun. I've maybe re-listened to this
Yeah.
more than any other thing this year, just because it's easy and it's fun.
I was playing the game when I listened to it, and that game was Astrobot.
There you go. You're going into gamer mindset.
Yeah, I feel like 3D platformers are a good type of game to play when listening to albums.
True.
Yeah, I'll usually put on either that or Hat in Time.
I usually, whenever I game an album, it's usually either Minecraft, Overwatch, or sometimes one of the Civilization games.
I can also do Stranger's Wrath, but it's just kind of laggy on PS5, so I just don't do it on there.
Yeah, I also have a PS5, and it lags. It lags all over the house. It lags in the living room. It lags in the kitchen. I totally know I totally know what a PS5 is.
Hey, I'll potentially be getting a Steam machine soon, so we'll see. And because I may also be getting a tax refund in the future. I just gotta wait on I got my W-2 from my old job. I just need to get it from my current job since I worked there in December.
I'm sorry, a Steam machine? Don't you have a pot and a stove? That's your
I have a
Steam.
kettle.
That's your Steam machine right there.
That needs to. I'm just waiting for that to be a boomer joke.
Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, honestly, they're so old they don't even keep up with the new technology. They think it's
Oh yeah,
it's perpetually 2016 to them, and it always will be.
oh yeah. Is it like when the when people still use Justin Bieber as the butt of their jokes?
Well, honestly, this is maybe a little. I feel like the peak Justin Bieber hate era was like 2009 to whenever he did that Anne Frank thing. I feel like that was the peak era, and then after that, he released the "Sorry" and that song with that other song with Skrillex, and everyone was like, and then the Comedy Central roast too, and then people were like, we gave you a hard time. We're gonna focus on hating other people now."
I don't know, but it seems like
This-
every
this
now and then
Megan-
you'll still hear one.
This Megan Trainor lady, ooh, she looks pretty hateable. Let's go hate on her.
Oh yeah, I guess that would be a better equivalent because now she's just kind of here to stay in the same way that Selena Gomez was in the 2010s.
I wonder if Megan Trainor will also transition to acting.
I thought she did already.
I have
Just for a
to
bit.
wonder what the fuck kind of actor would she be?
I know she was in the Playmobil movie of all things, so I know that.
That I do remember reading that and being like, and Smurf: The Lost Village as Smurf Melody.
Was she mainly just doing cartoons, just B-rate, C-rate cartoon movies?
She was also a guest judge on RuPaul's Drag Race for one episode in 2017.
That makes sense.
She also did herself in The Voice. She was herself in a show called Undateable. Not going to comment on that. She was a guest on Lip Sync Battle. She played herself on an episode of SpongeBob called SpongeBob's Appreciation Day.
What?
What the fuck? I swear to
Okay,
God, this is on Wiki. Oh, fuck me. Hang on. I'm sending you the screen cap.
I guess that's not weirder than one of the quote-unquote new movies bringing in Ice Spice.
That is true. Yeah, like, and honestly, it makes the same amount of sense because Megan Trainor was not popular in 2020. Like, I know she got back on the charts recently with "Made You Look," and I know that song "Mother" got bad viral, but in 2020, she was not liked. I feel people didn't really think about her.
Yeah, No,
And then,
she didn't. Yeah, at that point, she hadn't had a hit in like 4 years.
yeah, and then Ice Spice, now it's like, like we all really liked her. We all really gave her a chance, and then she just kind of didn't do anything. Now she's voice acting.
I
And it's
I wasn't into her, but I do know that a lot of people that hated her were annoying about it.
that was
Like
the
calling her the death of hip hop was a lot was too much.
yeah, that is
It's
just
like
insane.
it's like there's much worse things than just using the same bar, using the same beat and melody over and over. Like it can get worse than that.
Yeah, and that was before she started using the same beat over and over and over and over and over again.
Like just like the same cadence. Like it still gets it can get worse than that in the mainstream. This was like yeah, this was pre Kendrick versus Drake. And Drake was doing even lazier shit and getting more rewards for it.
Yeah. Megan Trainor is also going to be in the new Phineas and Ferb, playing someone called Vending Machine Prime.
Oh yeah, there is new Phineas and Ferb now.
Voice role episode Vendpocalypse the Musical.
Yeah, so I guess she just mainly does cartoons and the occasional like reality show.
At least that's what I'm hoping Undateable is. On Vending Machine Prime.
So it seems to be a consistent acting career.
Vending machines. Looking it up, there's a... Okay, got it. Yeah, I need to watch it. I just don't like Phineas and Ferb. I just never really...
I love the classic stuff. Like, my mom liked that show, and she didn't like anything I watched as a kid.
It makes me feel so old to hear Phineas and Ferb referred to as classic. I'm like, no, it's middle contemporary. It's middle.
I mean,
Johnny
I watched
Bravo.
it when I was a kid.
Yeah. I mean, I was also a kid when it came out, but I think classics, I don't know, I just think like 90s shit because I'm old. I'm about to turn 30.
Fair. Like,
I'm about to turn
I hate
30.
that-
They're going to throw my ass in the retirement home.
I do hate that Ben 10 can be considered retro now.
Yeah, that one was especially wild because I didn't watch it even when it was airing. And now it got hugely popular, and I'm like, fuck, there's this like blind spot that I never got to rectify.
I don't really care about it. It's like it exists. There's other stuff I'd rather watch.
What am I gonna do? Watch Ben 10 as a grown-ass adult? I've got bills to pay. I've got better cartoons to watch. I could be watching One Piece.
I've got albums to listen to, like Lambrini Girls, Who Let the Dogs Out.
Ooh, wait. I know this one. Was it the Baja Men? Did they let the dogs out?
Yes. Actually, no. They're asking you the same question. They don't know either. They brought the Lambrini Girls to help.
Fuck! Damn. I got that wrong.
That was so raw.
Well, I meant it. I wanted to get that right, and I'm upset that I didn't.
No, they got the Lambrini Girls for help. It's like classic Scooby Doo. Whenever they just get some random celebrity for help, or except imagine that, but like it's the Lambrini Girls instead of Josie and the Pussycats.
I see. And I know what I do kind of picture this band being cartoons in the sense that they are extremely British. Yeah, which for some reason I wasn't expecting. Like I heard Lambrini Girls, that just sounded like and I heard it was a punk album. I don't know, I just assumed they were American from like New Jersey or California or something.
Nope.
It is not. Another Limey sneaks up on us, but I guess I guess it's a fine album.
I love it. I actually love it a lot. So my thing for me is that okay, I think this might be a bit ironic because we last time we did an episode where we criticized My December for being straightforward and blunt, and this album is blunter and more straightforward. But like it's also punk and talking about more than just one subject.
I listened to one Petrol Girls album and I was like, boy, this album sure sounds a lot like Petrol Girls, doesn't it? Yeah. It is, it's punk at the same time. Like, I think My December was trying to be emo and a bit, artsy and like evanescency. So it does require a little bit of like linguistic flourish and spectacle if you want to sound as big as it does. Lambrini Girls, on the other hand, their musical goals are not quite so lofty. They just kind of want to throw hammers at you to grab your attention.
Oh yeah, this is some hardcore Riot Girl shit.
Mm-hmm. And how?
Like, yeah, and also more talk singing stuff.
Yeah.
You kind of notice I have a thing. I kind of have a thing here.
It's the through line. It's your through line.
Yeah, they're just all three of these albums are connected from being recommended to me by Lizette G and also Rambling.
It's got that.
And also Punk.
Yeah, they have that talk singing.
Yeah. But yeah, so this album is like just 29 minutes, and technically there's 11 tracks, but one of them's an interlude, so it's basically 10 songs.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is also the first album I listened to in 2025, and it's I'll be honest, it's my second favorite album of the year.
Okay. Sounds like a year got off to a good start.
Yeah, it's like I already knew Swans was coming though.
I will say that this album does start off very there's a line in the first verse on the first song of this album that just says smile and ignore that my boss wants to fuck me, and then you're like, oh, all right, we're in for a ride here, aren't we?
Yeah.
And then it fucking takes you on it, and it's yeah, that kind of I brought up Petrol Girls earlier. If anybody listened to their last album, this one reminds me a lot of that, but with a little bit more wit and satire instead of hardcore aggression. Not to say this isn't aggressive, but relative.
Oh yeah. Also, this still has a bit more metaphors than My December did.
Yeah, they do know metaphors.
A bit more.
They're aware that there is a thing called metaphors and that they are used in the English language.
Yeah, but yeah, we do love us some Riot Girl queercore shit. Okay. Huh?
I hate how catchy Big Dick Energy is.
Oh yeah, that song is really good. That was one of the standouts for me.
Yeah, that one's been stuck in my head maybe more than any other song from an album of yours that I've listened to.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I don't tend to recommend catchy music, huh? I tend to like atonal stuff.
Or I mean, like of the 3 albums, like on this thing, not like ever.
Oh, still compared to the other 2.
Oh yeah. Grismask.
Yeah. Hesse Kassel. Yeah, Big Dick Energy is also the longest song here at a 4 minutes.
Oh, they sure take their sweet time.
Yeah, yeah, it's like that's a Hesse Kassel shit right there.
No Homo is also pretty funny.
Oh, I love No Homo, especially like towards the end where she just drops the act. It's like, I like your face and it's in a gay way. Homo.
Cute.
probably has the catchiest riff on the album.
It's a contender.
Also, I remember people when this album came out, people online were being weird about it because women.
Yeah. People love being weird about women.
It's like this doesn't like thematically. This sounds no different for me than than some of the best stuff from Idols. And y'all gave praise. Y'all loved that.
Yeah, I mean, it's political, it's blunt, it's direct, it's kind of queer, like Idols. But then also, and then like, Riot Girl music, that's like I would think that's a pretty well-established scene at this point,
It is very well established. Yeah, Riot Girl is very much known to be just messy and in your face. I mean messy in a positive way.
Yeah, and who on earth is and I know the internet, but who on earth is genuinely out there offended that their band's trying to sound like Babes in Toyland or Bikini Kill?
Yeah, exactly. We could use more bands like that. We could use more bands like them. And Echo Astral too. Shout out Echo Astral.
Yeah, they're nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Arden Brand even made my Wrapped in 2025, even though that song's in 2024.
Sick. Although I did like Pink Balloons a lot. I wish it got more attention. I hope their next album. I hope their next release kind of gets more eyes on them. And also shout out that lead singer because she's also a journalist and she's been interviewed on a few episodes of Chapo Trap House.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure she was also on Song vs. Song with Todd and Lena.
I remember not listening to that.
That was how
hearing about that.
That was how I found out about Echo Astral. I'm pretty sure.
I think it was literally Todd in the Shadows. He tweeted something about Pink Balloons being his favorite album of the year, and I was like, well, he gives so few non-pop recommendations. I better check this out. And then I was like, oh yeah, this is everything I enjoy in music.
Yeah, and Lambrini Girls is also really fun. Though it's not as well. Okay, no, I'm not gonna compare. These are totally different albums. Yeah, this one's more straightforward. This one's straightforward. Like they do have. I do feel like this band has the potential to get noisy.
Except No Homo. Except No Homo, which is gay forward.
True.
Boom. All right, I'm done.
But yeah, I feel like this band has the potential to get noisy, like any good Riot Girl band.
Yeah, this is their first album, and I know they did an EP 2 years ago. It wouldn't surprise me if they I guess just because this band is so direct in their politics, they are so confrontational, and it wouldn't surprise me if they kind of did what the band Squid did, and every album just kind of got a little bit more esoteric with it. I could see this band evolving.
I mean, I guess I was still thinking among Riot Girl. I was thinking of Slater Kinney.
Ooh, Slater Kinney. Yeah, Slater Kinney's a good trajectory. I could see this band going down.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to make their own The Woods.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I also gotta shout out the final. Actually, no. Before I do the final track, I want to talk about probably my favorite line on the album, which is on Company Culture. It's like, Michael, I don't want to suck you off on your lunch break.
Yeah, which, by the way, who said it? Lambrini Girls or Scott Walker?
Damn it. But yeah, but also, the song that excites me most is the final song, Cantology 101.
Yeah, that seems to be their most popular one off of this, which I'm sure has nothing to do with the fact that it's called Cantology 101.
Yeah, it's also the most different song on the album. It's more synth heavy.
It is synth heavy, and It's a nice little self-empowerment anthem.
Yeah, it's like in general, the word cunt has been reclaimed for a long time now. Like we tend to use it positively amongst ourselves nowadays,
I
among our friends. So
I
I guess this is giving an anthem to that.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, and that was like, nobody would even dare say that word. It was like such. It was like the most offensive. Okay, the second most offensive word in the English language, and then it is kind of interesting seeing, like, yeah, like, what's kind of happened to the word bitch. Where it's like, yeah, people started reclaiming the word bitch, and then, Breaking Bad happened, and Jesse Pinkman called everyone a bitch, and people were like, that's amusing, and the word, like, kind of lost most of its meaning. Interesting to see that kind of happening to the word cunt.
Yeah, there's also the fact that it's always been only mildly offensive in the UK anyway.
That is true, yeah. This band is just, like, culturally, they're like, yeah, that's just not as big a deal to them, that word. But
Yeah,
to Americans, we're like, oh my goodness, my heavens, look at what they're saying.
yeah. Even Americans are reclaiming it.
Oh, somebody better call Jerry Falwell and let him know that the British woman said a no word.
But yeah, basically turning that into a cheerleading anthem is a big power move in my eyes.
Mm-hmm. It's exactly what punk is supposed to do.
Yeah,
Cheerleaders.
except they're never gonna get to play this in any high school.
Not any high school that isn't a coward, that is.
I'm sure someone will find a way.
I've often I've often listened to music from psychedelic porn crumpets and thought this would go sick if like a high school marching band would play it. And then people tell me there's no way any high school band would perform any song by a band that has the name psychedelic porn crumpets. And you know what? One day we're gonna live in an America where they can, and they will, because I will force them to.
This is Joe Biden's America.
I will force them to do that when I am czar of high school football teams.
This will happen in Joe Biden's America.
That's right. Oh wait, you didn't think he's coming back? That's right, he's running for president again. And guess what? I'm voting for him. I believe
Joe.
I believe he's earned a second chance.
It's Dark Brandon. He's coming back. He's coming back. He's gonna teach you a woke alphabet. You're gonna have to learn pronouns.
I must say, I feel like at this point, the prostate cancer has probably taken over most of his brain, and I hope that the prostate cancer has a more favorable opinion on student loan reform.
Yeah, honestly, that's just kind of the consequence of electing 70-year-olds into office.
Damn, why did my 84-year-old grandpa possibly vote for an old man in the primary?
Yeah, it's just all septuagenarians.
I had a grandma who, in the 2020 primary, she voted for Mike Bloomberg, and it was entirely because of those fucking commercials.
I don't remember those commercials.
I remember 2020, Mike Bloomberg was running for president. He invested like $100 million of his own dollars to run for president, and everybody was like, why the fuck are you here? Weren't you a Republican until 2 seconds ago?
I mean, to be fair, Joe Biden is barely liberal.
Yeah. But you know what? The prostate cancer might be liberal. I'm voting for the prostate cancer. Prostate cancer 2028.
Prostate cancer could run this country decently, I think. Couldn't do worse than Trump.
Couldn't do worse than... It already killed Scott Adams, so, this year's being alright.
Yeah,
it's pretty
True did.
One of many people who died to prove an incredibly stupid point. R.I.P. Scott Adams.
y- yeah, rest in peace, Scott Adams. You would have loved Lambrini girls.
You would have loved doing ivermectin and being forced to listen to Brea.
Yeah, you remember that from like 5 years ago? All those people that went around taking horse pills. It's good times. You don't hear from them anymore. Wonder where they all went.
Yeah. It's a mystery. It's like they all disappeared into the Wild West or something. And
Yeah.
they all went into the sunsets. They went into their own sunsets, that's for sure.
Yeah, those are the albums, but I still got a few rambles, and this is the episode to do that, so y'all are going to have to sit through this.
God, remember when like Ariel Pink was caught at January 6th and all those Fox News people tried to listen to his music?
Oh God! Yeah, that was something.
God, just imagining like a racist 70-year-old listening to Pom Pom going like this. I'm doing this because it's owning the libs.
Well, oh God! Imagine
that's awesome.
This is probably sad. I hate to bring this guy, but we brought up other piece of shit. I feel like the Daughters guy could become a grifter.
Ooh, that could. I feel like I'm waiting for him to make his comeback. I feel like all the other canceled people who aren't literally in jail have at least tried to do that. That's got to happen at some point. I saw like a person wearing a Daughters t-shirt like a few months ago at a goth club, and it took everything in me to be not to be like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Oh God, yeah, that's yeah, like that's unfortunate. Like I remember I was for a long time when I was unemployed, I was gonna buy a Daughters hoodie, but by the time I had a job, the news came out.
Oh, ouch.
But yeah, I could totally see him becoming a grifter, and then we'll get all the 7-year-olds trying to listen to Canada songs.
That would be fun. Or what if he does the Aaron Lewis thing and then just makes country music?
Yeah, that would probably be a thing that happens. To be honest, they're kind of cowpunkish already.
Yeah, they've got their music does like a huge like cowpunk sense to it. I listened to part of that solo album that he dropped like the year that the allegations came out, and it did sound like kind of sparse and atmospheric in a way that I think if he wanted to like just become a country singer, maybe adopt a different name, and it'll just be like the woke left tried to cancel me even though I went to therapy. And well, I guess that's the other thing. Like again, like I read, Christian statement is like harrowing, but based on the details, like I do wonder if he even has the capacity to become a grifter anymore. That's how like fucked up he
Yeah, I honestly don't know. He just fucked off, and rightly so.
Yeah, and I remember talking, and again, this was before, but talking with somebody who had seen him live. And apparently something he would do on stage is that he would hit his own forehead with a microphone so hard that he actually had a divot in his skull from constantly pounding his forehead against the microphone while on stage. And if you're wondering,
Wow.
Turns out that is a red flag. You're not biased. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't be doing that much. I mean, it's punk, but it's not, It's your skull, man. It's your skull.
Well, at least we have Chat Pile now.
Yeah. Chat Pile to the left of me, Prostitute on the right. And you know what? Other bands in their wake coming up as we speak.
Maybe that album is also kind of secretly influential in the way that we need to make music like this so we don't have to listen to that now.
I feel like that's gotta be the motivation for at least a couple bands out there. And let's
Like, I would say specifically Sprain.
Sprain, yeah, Sprain. I feel even with the fucking that album cover, the way the album cover was all black and white, and it's like, okay, you're just we get who you're trying to imitate, and
Yeah,
not aged well, but at least that one song was pretty good.
it was. Yeah, it was neat for a while. Like, it just leaned a bit more into post-hardcore. So I guess you wouldn't call it a rip-off, but oh boy, did that wear its influence on its sleeves.
Yeah, and they didn't even make a follow up, so
Yeah, well,
kind of
we did get
there.
Shearling though, and that might be an episode.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, maybe if we talk about hour-long albums, hour-long songs.
What other hour-long songs are out there? You can decide. Anyway, we never found a place to talk about Dinner for Americans.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to tie that into Lambrini Girls, Dinner for America. Yeah, y'all watched that movie. I slacked on it for 6 months when a friend recommended it to me. Because it's hard for me to get into movies in general, but I should have made time for it because it's probably the greatest punk rock love story ever told.
Aw,
Like it's a fiction movie, but still.
that's sweet.
Yeah, like it there's a lot of heart in it. Like this is like the closest I've seen anything capture the vibe of Daria. If that tells you anything.
Daria, you say?
Yeah, like it's set in a similar time. Like it's clearly like it's clearly like pre 9/11. It's pre 9/11 but post Reagan.
The 90s.
Post H.W. Bush even.
The Bill Clinton 90s.
Yeah.
People are like, the president's playing a saxophone on TV. All problems are finished. Everything sucks now.
That it was interesting to think about that, given that in terms of the history of the world, that was like a relatively peaceful time in America.
Yeah. It was
So,
the
like,
last time
you know,
we felt happy, and we weren't even there to appreciate it. We were somewhere
though,
else.
I guess we were privileged enough to look inward. You know, there were still problems in the world, of course. Like there was the Rwandan genocide.
I have a friend who's still pretty mad about the shit that happened in ex-Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
Timothy
Yeah.
McVeigh, that was pretty fucked up. How, like, a white supremacist blew up a federal building in Oklahoma City, and people are like, that's not a problem. Stop talking about white supremacists.
It didn't that inspire Columbine too?
I think a lot of
Since
things.
the original plan was to blow up Columbine.
I think a lot of things inspired Columbine. It's not like I don't think anybody needs to be inspired to blow something up. I mean, that's what happened in Heathers. Oh shit! You ever see Heathers?
I've not.
Well, yeah. I guess spoilers for like a movie that came out in.
I mean,
'89.
I do know it aged weirdly.
No, it is about like teenagers killing each other, and like Christian Slater does kind of look like Dylan Klebold, just a little bit with his like fucking black jacket. But
I will.
it's hilarious.
I'm sure it's not as weirdly aged as Revenge of the Nerds, though.
Oh no, like when the rape occurs in that movie, it's depicted as being morally wrong. Don't worry.
I see.
The movie has correct opinions on whether rape is good or not. It's not. Heathers thinks that.
Bar.
Yeah, Heathers thinks rape is bad. Revenge of the Nerds, kind of neutral, which some would say is tantamount to a yes. But Yeah, that's what that movie is.
The 80s were weird. I don't know why people are nostalgic about them.
I don't think rape actually happens in Heather's, but there's like a bit of like sexual assault, and that is depicted like negatively as a sign. Also, Winona Ryder is like great in it.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll do a curiosity watch one day, but I'm not likely to.
It's I don't. It is genuinely one of my favorite movies. It's on Tubi. I would recommend it, but I think it's the type of movie that's better to watch for the first time when you are a teenager. I will admit that.
Dinner in America is also on Tubi. Yeah, it's yeah, how do I describe it? So basically, this movie respects its audience in that there's like no musical stings. There's no exposition dumps. It's just like things just happen. Everything just feels natural. These are like people talking, but like they're like actual, but like anything you could call quirk in this feels real. Like there's nothing in this is a Whedonism. We'll put it that way.
And we love to see that clarity, don't we, folks?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure just one of my favorite things about the movie is just the way Simon speaks a lot, just with how blunt he is. Like, just some old lady sitting next to him on the bus, and he's just looking at her. He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Also, David Yao is in the movie.
What's he do in that movie?
He's like, he's not a major role. I'm pretty sure he plays a an executive. This is how I figured out he had an acting career.
Okay. Interesting. Look at him doing some novel. Something I'm interested in.
Yeah, I guess he just had quite a few acting roles apparently.
You know, you're hearing that the guy from Shark Tank is trying to become an actor now.
What guy from Shark Tank?
Kevin O'Leary, the big guy.
I don't know him.
You never seen Shark Tank like just like on TV at like a dentist's office or like
I saw
a display?
like one episode once.
I feel like it's on a lot. Like, and it used to air ABC primetime. There are reruns of it a lot on CNBC, which I only know because I go to Planet Fitness and one of their TVs is tuned into CNBC. And every other time I'm there, it's just fucking Shark Tank. But yeah, Kevin O'Leary, one of the rich investor guys, he's becoming an actor. He was in that Marty Supreme movie, which I want to watch because I've heard good things about it. And seems like everybody's trying to be an actor these days.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess it makes sense that they would cast David Yao. I feel like you'd want one of those punks from the time to be in your punk movie.
Yeah. I mean, that's like just a good cameo to have. Absolutely.
And even with the and with the kind of punk that's played with the fiction in-universe band that's portrayed, it does sound kind of Jesus Lizardy.
Oh, that's good to know. I've been getting into the Jesus Wizard lately.
Yeah, they're good. I like Jesus Lizard. I like old school post-hardcore. I've noticed. Like, I like them. I like Fugazi. And I've been digging more into Unwound.
Okay, that's nice.
And also Rodan is cool too.
Got it.
And of course Slint, of course.
They are. You can't forget about Slint. They're another band that kind of influenced everyone who came after them.
They really are. Like, I mean, there's a reason Black Country Road called themselves the world's second best Slint tribute act.
I feel like even grunge. Like I know that like that shit was parallel, but I feel like Slint kind of did a lot of the grunge sound at the same time that Nevermind was coming out. Like they had like kind of reached that conclusion that Nirvana did independent of them. Although I know Nirvana was also like into post-hardcore and noise rock, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, I feel like Slint more would more directly influence like emo music.
Yeah, that's true. I do think of like Sunny Day Real Estate as being like kind of Slint without the math rock parts. Sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, also, I'd go as far as to say Weezer's Only in Dreams is basically a Weezer Slint song.
I think that is reasonable to say.
Yeah, like, and I'm sure they were into them. But yeah, Dinner in America, it's a fun time. Just, it's on Tubi, it's free. I'm not sponsored by them. But, like, yeah, it's a really great movie. It just warmed my heart.
Nice.
Especially because it premiered at Sundance in 2020, and then COVID happened.
Oops. That darn COVID.
It eventually got a theatrical run in 2022, and then people on TikTok latched onto it in 2024 and asked for more theatrical runs. So, yeah, it just got more widespread runs, and people just found it.
Nice. And I'm sure being on Tubi also gave it a second wind of some kind.
Yeah, I remember when Tubi when they found every episode of an old 90s cartoon called about Calamity Jane. They put that on Tubi for a while.
Oh, I remember that series. Yes. Very interesting.
Yeah, like they
animation.
eventually found every episode and then put it on Blu-ray even.
Sick.
Yeah, I think that was really cool. But, you got any more rambles? Because I got one more.
You go. Fuck me. Well, I think that yawn kind of answered my questions, or your question for me, so you go ahead.
Alright, so, Panty and Stocking Season 2 happened in 2025.
It did. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually got it.
I've been waiting 14 years for that shit. Then it just comes out on Jeff Bezos' Amazon Prime, and I'm supposed to keep living my life.
We can't have anything in this world.
We met their parents. We met Mrs. Penny and Stocking, and they were exactly who we thought they would be.
Yeah, but most importantly, but you can't forget the most important addition, Blue Eyes White Uncle.
Yeah. He's just the most powerful card in the deck. And he's easily the best character on the show.
Like, honestly, that whole episode just reminded me of the Hi Hi Puffyami Yumi card episode. And because the whole show reminds me of Hi Hi Puffyami Yumi, but somehow even more unhinged.
Well, they can say fuck in this one.
True. Also, this show, Season 2, was simultaneously less and more raunchy than Season 1. And it does feel like the wordplay isn't as strong. Like they're not as creative with their insults in Season 2, but like they are way more upfront with the nudity.
It's a shifting time, shifting standards. They gotta adjust the product for the environments in which it will be entered into.
Also, you know what the actual most important addition is?
A black person?
I was gonna say that. Yeah, they figured out how to draw black. They figured out how to draw black people finally.
Yeah, they found one and they talked to him and they took notes and they're all the better for it.
Yeah, I mean, for one, they removed. They gave Garterbelt. They removed the caricaturistic lips from Garterbelt, which I liked. I like that they removed that.
Yeah.
And also, Gunsmith Bitch.
The second best character in the season after Blue Eyes White Uncle.
Yeah, exact. That sounds so wrong out of context, though. But yeah.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
I
Gunsmith
already
Bitch is
joked
awesome.
about it, and I gotta stick to it. I'm in too deep now. I can't rewind myself.
True. But yeah, Gunsmith Bitch is it has probably the second best design of the entire series behind Stalking. And just for reference, Stalking is my second favorite character in all of fiction, and is usually my profile picture on Discord.
I can confirm that. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Ah, stalking.
Like I've consistently had her as a profile picture for the most part since 2018. Like she is my gender goal. Like at least in terms of fictional characters. My real life gender goal is Kim Gordon.
So you find that character, you find that image, sink your teeth into it, and just ride that along. And I'm grateful that
Kim Gordon
we got to live in an era of Kim Gordon continuing to make music, and also Banyan Stalking Season 2 dropping after 14 long years of me being mad at Studio Gainax.
Yeah, and Studio Gainax is out of business now, officially.
Boom. Who must go? That's right. Damn. All the cool people went to Trigger. It's tight.
Yeah. Also, Kim Gordon, she actually released a new song recently.
She's releasing a new album in the future tense of recently.
March, I'm pretty sure.
She's keep on keeping on.
Yeah, I am so excited. Like that's gonna be like that's one of my most anticipated releases of the year. Like it's that, Hemlock Springs, and upcoming live Swans album.
We're gonna get ready, folks.
What are your most anticipated releases of the year?
I don't know. I guess I'm not really sure what's dropping this year, or at least I'm not sure what's going to. I'm gonna take releases as they come, but I do. Every year I kind of look forward to the same thing, which is to be surprised by whatever new artists come onto the scene and release something that seems to have the whole music community talking. Because there's always a few new bands that pop up out of places like, for example, Hesse Kassel, or Candelabro, or who else was big this year? That was like a newcomer.
I'm gonna say Lambrini Girls.
When he goes, yeah, that's fair, very reasonable.
Also, apparently, Death Grips did say they were working on a new album.
That is true. I am gonna excited to see what comes out of Death Grips. The new.
Yeah, I am too. Like they're never. I don't think they're ever gonna top Ex-Military, but they're still consistently good.
And their first new material in so long, I really do wonder what it's going to sound like, what it's going to be about. Are they going to talk about things? Is it going to be more open than other projects, or are we just getting more of the same standard? Because, they seems like they've been having a lot of drama lately. I'm sure they have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I do know about the stuff about Andy Moran.
Yeah, and that's like awful, but even before, like, that tour seemed like a nightmare to go through.
Yeah,
I have to, that it seems traumatic to have to go through that tour if I was, Stefan or Zach.
I feel bad for Stefan and Zach. I feel like they've been objectified by their own fan base.
It's a pretty, like, uncomfortable thing to bear witness to.
I'm pretty sure, like, the whole discography is them talking about this phenomenon.
Yeah, it's Poor guys.
Yeah.
Oh, Juju is releasing an album this year called Ju Motherfucking Ju Volume 1.
Okay, I am excited for that.
That sounds pretty nice.
Yeah, I do like me some Shushu, though I think I just listened to that one album in the wrong context, though. Girl with Basket of Fruits. I should probably listen to that when I'm not working.
Their recent one is pretty good. Something 9-inch stiletto heels.
Right.
Or whatever. That one's a long title, but that one's like kind of a straightforward ish experimental rock album. I fuck with that a lot.
Nice. You know, it's also been 3 years. We might, maybe, wonder if we might get more Jeff Rosenstock.
Ooh, that's true. We're due to hear from him at some point.
Yeah, I know he also went on tour with Pup and Echo Astral in like some time ago.
Yeah, I should have bought tickets to see them when they came to near me, but I didn't.
Damn. Yeah, and excuse me. I think I've exhausted everything I have to say about 2025.
Yeah, I'm about done with my introspection for last year, and I'm ready to make references to 2025 as necessary when the Oscars happen and I get unreasonably mad at a reasonable decision.
That's all about right. Well, 2026 really seems like it's speed running its way to being a year in the history books, but I don't want to go into that.
Although, there is actually a country in this world that has had a lot of years that people would say are like this year.
Oh yeah, do tell.
Yeah, so I don't know if anybody knows it, but there's this country that's not America. I'll just leave you that.
Wow.
Just settle that in for a second.
There are countries that aren't America?
This one, there's many of them. There's at least 12. This one is called...
12 whole countries.
And this one is called Ireland. They eat potatoes and roast beef. Not roast beef. Wow, I feel bad saying that stereotype. Whatever, it's a real... It's a fake country.
I have Irish... my ancestors are Irish, I don't care.
So honestly, so are my... I think I've said this before on the podcast, but there are... there's people in my family who, I have an ancestor who immigrated to Mexico from Ireland, but he lied and said he was from Germany because he thought that would look better. So a bunch of my family thought that they were German until we find out this guy was lying, and they're just Irish. So
what a tale.
Yeah, it's such a... God, my family does wacky shit. But anyway, with that, we've decided that our next episode will be music from Ireland.
Yep, specifically, we're going to do A Day Without Rain by Enya.
And we're doing Most Normal by Guerilla Band.
The most normal band ever.
Yeah, and the most normal Enya ever.
Yep, my name is Mageclick.
My name is Fox Navarro.
And you just sat through two autistic bitches rambling. Do you feel proud of yourself?
You should, because we love you.
We love you. We ramble more than Sebastian Murphy did on the Grismask album.
Unless you're Scott Auerbach, then we want to throw you into a pile of batteries.
Did you combine Scott Adams and Dan Auerbach?
Did I say Scott Auerbach? I might have.
Yes, you did.
No, I might have... No, I might... You know what? I might have confused him with Scott Ackerman, who is a comedian. Actually, damn. I am sleepy.
Alright, yeah, I think that's a cue to stop. Good night.
Good night, y'all.